Welcome back to my channel, everybody. I'm here to bring you another interesting video today. You guys have heard what's been happening since Trump won the election in 2024. What's been happening? There's been a lot of violence, political violence coming from the left. The media tries to paint it as that the right is the one being the one violent, but it's actually coming from the left. Like, this month alone has been crazy. I mean, ever since Trump got elected, like we've had recently what happened with Charlie Kirk, where he was assassinated, and then we also had that girl who was unlived on a train in Charlotte, North Carolina. And something that's been happening a lot recently is attacks on ICE facilities. ICE, Immigration Customs Enforcement. These are the people that go after traffickers, and they're the ones who help keep our country safe. And there's been so many attacks on these facilities, not just attacks, but even like things against ICE agents. Like there's like so many of these agents have been doxxed, and like their lives being threatened every day. Like, and it's gotten to the point where they literally have to wear masks wherever they go because it's to protect themselves and their families. Because if their identity gets out, they will be doxxed. Like, what I mean by doxxed, like what happened recently in California, where they literally passed a bill where like agents and officers, they're not allowed to wear masks in the state of California. They have to show their face and reveal their identity. Here's the thing, and this is because of how anti-ICE the Democrats are, and how California is too. Like, it's so disturbing, guys. It's really disturbing when you look at it. But fortunately, the state governments have no say over any of the federal jurisdictions, which ICE falls under the federal jurisdiction. And I thank God about that, because these officers, these agents, they're allowed to do their job peacefully and allow them to protect themselves from all this nonsense that's been happening. What happened in Dallas, Texas, there was this leftist, that's what I'll say, who literally fired into an ICE facility and tried to unlive ICE agents. But this person was so bad at doing the thing that he missed all the agents and hit the illegals that were detained in the facility. And then this person unlived themselves after they unloaded into the facility. And when police in the news got on the scene, they saw some of the bullet casings, and it showed that he had so much like anti-ICE rhetoric on the bullet casings. Like, this is clearly obvious what this dude was trying to do. And also, I could be wrong, he was inspired by what happened to Charlie Kirk, because Charlie was assassinated publicly, and there was writing on the bullet casings about woke stuff. And also, this guy right here wrote anti-ICE rhetoric on these bullet casings. And this attack is a long stretch of violent things that have come from the left. Like, there was what happened in Minnesota, where that person basically fired at a Catholic school. That it was disturbing, and wrote on the bullet casings of certain things that this person believed. Same thing with what happened to Charlie Kirk, the person who unlived him, and also this person right here who fired at an ICE facility. Like, these people are mobilizing themselves right here. And not only this, that has happened in Dallas, Texas, but also what happened, it was either today or yesterday, what happened in Chicago at an ICE facility, where there were a whole bunch of rioters that were literally blocking vehicles from entering and getting into the ICE facility.
Up with liberation! Down with deportation! Up with liberation!
Up with liberation!
Down with deportation!
Down with deportation!
Up with liberation!
And one of these people that were there was actually a congresswoman who, well, she's not a congresswoman yet. She's running for an office, where I think was last week, she was at another anti-ICE rally, and she also tried to lay down in front of a van and trying to block ICE from going by, but then ICE picked her up, then basically arrested her and charged her, and now, again, about a week later, she's back at it. So she's not backing down. She was literally in that video, and she actually posted that too, I believe. And a whole bunch of these rioters, like, it got so crazy that the federal agents had to literally fire, I believe, pepper spray and like rubber rounds into the crowd to disperse them. past year or so, there's been like a bunch of agents that have been beat up and like attacked by all these rioters. Like a bunch of other facilities have been attacked too. Like I believe there was one instance where like Antifa people were trying to drill plywood on an ICE facility to try to prevent the agents inside from leaving. Or there's also been times where fireworks have been thrown at facilities. People have been trying to run over ICE agents. Like so many crazy things. Like there's a long list right here that I literally cannot go over it in time because there's just so many right here. There's just so many. Like it reminds me a lot of what happened in the summer of 2020, where like rioters kept trying to attack officers and stuff like that, and like trying to burn places down. That's what happened. That is what is happening with a lot of these ICE facilities right here. That is what Antifa, like they will. I'm just so glad that President Trump has labeled Antifa a domestic terrorist organization, because that is what they are. When you are literally attacking people that disagree with you and then also trying to destroy property that doesn't belong to you, like trying to set places on fire or trying to beat up people that you don't like, you guys are literally terrorists. Like I said, ICE is just doing their job. They're trying to protect America from illegals right here. Like what happened in Iowa. There was a superintendent who works in Iowa, who was actually the superintendent in Des Moines, Iowa, which is the capital of Iowa, and he was an illegal. And no one even knew about this really. And then now, I believe it was yesterday or today, he got arrested because they found out he overstayed his visa. And my issue is, how is this guy able to, who overstayed his visa, how is he able to become a superintendent here in Iowa? Like that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Or there was this other dude, I believe it was in Iowa City. This was definitely yesterday. He got arrested because ICE found out this guy was an illegal, and basically, I believe he worked at I forgot where he worked at, but like what happened was they found out ICE found out where this guy worked, and they came to arrest him, and he tried to fight back, but ICE tackled him to the ground so they could arrest him and take him into custody. And there was actually a huge protest, I believe today. A whole bunch of people in Iowa City were protesting this because they were angry that ICE arrested an illegal that should not be here.
Video of plainclothed federal agents taking Jorge Eliezer Gonzalez Ochoa into custody at his place of work Thursday shocked many Iowa City residents. That shock led them here to the pedestrian mall to demonstrate and support Gonzalez's family. Sharon Weezer was moved to tears by the news, as she's seen him working at Bread Garden in the past.
I shop at this store. I love this store. And I've seen him walk around. I've seen him with his employees. I'm really, it's just like so upsetting to me. I could just have a nervous breakdown.
So guys, the left is getting more and more bolder right here, especially with what happened to Charlie Kirk, but also with what's happening to all these ICE facilities and ICE agents. Like when the left is confronted on anything, they get defensive and get mad about it. My friend Carlos, he's one of my best friends. He was at a protest in, I believe, somewhere in Tampa, if I'm not mistaken. It was either Tampa or Orlando, Florida, and he was doing a video with Caitlin Bennett, who is from Liberty Hangout, she's a really cool person, and also my buddy Adam Francisco, who was down there too, who was another one of my best friends, and they were at this protest where these leftists were protesting ICE. And one of them, she started speaking in Spanish. Then Carlos started speaking in Spanish too, because he's Hispanic. And she got very defensive about it. Like, she didn't want to answer back to what he was saying, because she did not expect a Hispanic to talk back to her.
Like school on Saturday, no class. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. ¿Cuál es tu problema?
I'm not talking to you.
¿Cuál es tu problema? ¿Qué es lo que tú estás protestando? Te estoy haciendo una pregunta. You were just talking in my native language. You're just talking in my native language. So now you don't want to talk because now you're confronted with a Hispanic, right? El pueblo unido, what? Hey, they're so full of shit.
So the left gets very defensive and very angry whenever they are confronted, and the reason is because they have no arguments, guys. They cannot defend any of their positions, and they almost always lose on all the major arguments. And they just got, and that lady right there, she got so mad because she, as a Hispanic, did not expect another Hispanic to reply to her, especially in Spanish too. Like, it's very funny, guys. I laughed when I saw that video right there. Also, President Trump did make a statement where he said things are going to get worse if we don't act on this right here. And I 100% agree with him right here. We cannot tolerate the left anymore. We cannot. Like whenever, because look what happened in the past 10 years. The violence from the left is getting so worse, and the right has done nothing about it. We've just been passive and just walked away. But these people are getting more and more bolder. Like look what they did to Trump. Some leftists tried to take him out, and thank God the dude missed. I thank God for that, because God saved Trump right there. Also, this dude right here got bold enough to take out Charlie Kirk just because he disagreed with him, and Charlie Kirk wanted to debate people, and they didn't want to debate. He just wanted to silence him. So, yeah, like we on the right, we have to act on this, because we cannot take the high ground and just tolerate the left anymore. We just can't. Otherwise, we're just going to keep losing and losing on this issue. Because whenever Democrats get in power, they try to act on what they want to do. They really do. Conservatives, on a lot of times, they don't, because they're like, well, we can't do that, because if the Democrats get in power, they'll do the same thing to us. Dude, they're doing it they did it to us when they have power regardless. We need to do it to them too. We have no choice, guys. We just don't have a choice right here. And so many of these prominent conservatives, or people on the right, and also people in the middle, they've been getting so many threats, and they've been amping up their security so much, especially with what happened to Charlie Kirk, because the left is getting more and more bolder, because they saw that they can take Charlie Kirk out. They almost took Trump out. Now they want to take everyone out. Really, when you look at it, they're going to try to come for everyone right here. So we cannot just sit down and be passive anymore. What we have to do, we have to go after them too. We have to start arresting and charging people that break the law. We cannot tolerate political violence anymore. We on the right, what we have to do, we do not, anyone who does violence I do not consider them an ally of mine. I do not consider them an ally. So what we need to do, we need to find these people who are doing this violence and put the fullest extent of the law under them. We have to bring it all down on them. We can't do this anymore, guys. We can't take up the passive ground. We have to go full on board into it. There was also, this will be my last point here. There was also another conservative. His name's Cam. He and his buddy they do similar things to what Charlie Kirk did, and also what Steven Crowder used to do too, with the Change My Mind stuff on college campuses. And these people, I forgot which university. I forgot which college it was, but they went to this college and set up their table. And what happened was, these people, they got so mad about it because their sign said, deport all illegals, let's talk. And they got angry about it and just took the sign and ran off. Like the rioting got so bad that these people, they had to be escorted off the campus, because the violence that these leftists were doing was immense, guys. Like, it really was.
First time right. Come on, really? Seriously? Yo.
Oh, you better not, boy! You better not!
Okay.
You better not!
Guys, we're literally just here to have civil discussion. No, bring the sign back.
Now, to be fair, these people, they didn't have a permit to be there, but still though, these college kids, they had no right to act the way they did right here, because if you disagree with them, just have a conversation with them. That's all you had to do. You didn't have to be violent right here and steal their property. You didn't have to, but you guys chose to do that, and look what's happening. Alright guys, that'll be all for this video right here. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and also turn on notifications so you can get updated whenever I post a new video. Also, I plan to do a whole bunch more of those like street interview stuff, so I have a really fun time doing that right there, guys. I really do. Alright guys, also follow me on X at PrimetimeRay. Catch you in the next video. Peace!